Gurudeva Maheshwara Guru
Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Brahmanandam Paramasukharam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasarvisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalacharam Sarvade Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyam Tvamidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Thou art my mother, my father, thou art my brother, my friend, thou art my wisdom, my wealth, thou art my all, light of lights, Allah. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyam Tvamidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva
Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai, Paramahansa Yogananda Jai Guru Jai,
with this, the Kirtan part comes to an end. Now we will just give us a couple of minutes. We will prepare the place and we will hand it over to Nayaswami Krishnadas, who is visiting us from Ananda village for the Easter Satsang.
to have Nayaswami Krishnadas with us. He's been traveling from Ananda village in India and has been here for a while. And it's actually a master's blessing that you are here, because one of our Guru Bhais last week was saying that next Sunday we should talk about something about Easter. And we were wondering what should we do, where should we prepare, and so on. And we were hesitant how we will handle that. And suddenly we got to know that you would be here, and it was actually master's blessing. Swami Krishnadas has been with Ananda for a long time, and I can bet that each one of us has actually benefited from his service. And that's because for the first 8 years, he was helping Swamiji as a recording engineer and a videographer. So all of us would have heard Swamiji's talks at one point or the other. So Nayaswami Krishnadas was behind the scenes, behind the camera in some sense. At times we've also seen him come and adjust the mic of Swamiji, a younger version of you.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's a blessing for us to be here, and Nayaswami Krishnadas has also been the co-director of many communities and centers in the United States, Los Angeles, Dallas, Portland, and one more. Seattle, yeah. So
That was the first one.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So great to have you here, and look forward to your satsang on Easter.
Thank you. I'll just give a little intro. That my position with Swami, it didn't start as a recording engineer. I was simply the mic mover, which was really a good job because I had to sit in front of him all the time. All the time I would sit right up close because we didn't have digital and, Bluetooth. It had to be right physical mic. So that was my job. I took it very seriously. He would sit down, and I would move it right here. Also, because when we would go to make products from the recordings, it had to be good, and so we would take many talks of Swami's and then put them together with a particular topic. But I'll just say one more thing, that Swami would, it could be a simple tea, informal tea, and someone would ask him a question. We wouldn't have any miking there. Someone would ask him a question, and he would go off into astral worlds and, and give these very deep, profound teachings. And we're thinking, oh, this should be recorded. So we decided, our crew, we had a meeting. We said, no matter wherever we were with Swami, we had a mic ready, and we'd click it on. So we have hundreds of tapes. Sometimes he didn't, he just talked about simple things, but we were always ready to record everything he said. So it's my joy to be here. I wanted to play something that so we can have some drums, but I was telling Jayanti that I didn't know I was going to be doing much chanting. So I've been in India for a month without a harmonium, so I'm a little rusty. I'm going to try to find this. Do you all know what is this life? Okay, so we'll do that. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this energy flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? What is this energy flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this consciousness flowing through my brain? Can it be other than divine? What is this consciousness flowing through my brain? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this energy flowing through my form? Can it be other than divine? What is this energy flowing through my form? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this consciousness flowing through my brain? Can it be other than divine? What is this consciousness flowing through my brain? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. What is this energy flowing through my form? Can it be other than divine? What is this energy flowing through my form? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. What is this consciousness flowing through my brain? Can it be other than divine? What is this consciousness flowing through my brain? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? What is this power flowing through my will? Can it be other than divine? In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. In thy light, in thy love, in thy joy, I am one. I am one with the infinite Om. What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? What is this life flowing through my veins? Can it be other than divine? I am Om. 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 Omnipresence, I am Om. All pervading, I am Om. All blessed, I am Om. Om, Om, come to me. Come to me, oh come to me. Om, Om, come to me. Come to me, oh come to me. I am Om, I am Om, I am Om, I am Om. Omnipresence, I am Om. all pervading I am Om, all blessed I am Om. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. I am Om, I am Om, I am Om, I am Om. Omnipresence I am Om, all pervading I am Om, all blessed I am Om. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. I am Om, I am Om, I am Om, I am Om. Omnipresence I am Om, all pervading I am Om, all blessed I am Om. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Om, Om, come to me, oh come to me. I am Om, I am Om, I am Om, I am Om. Omnipresence I am Om, all pervading I am Om, all blessed I am Om. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. I am Om, I am Om, I am Om, I am Om. Omnipresence I am Om, all pervading I am Om, all blessed I am Om. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Om, Om, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Divine Mother, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Divine Mother, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Oh my Guru, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Oh my Guru, come to me, come to me, oh come to me. Let's take this prayer into meditation. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Jesus Christ, Krishna Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Beloved Guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, Saints of all religions, Friend and Guide, Beloved Swamiji, we invoke your presence now. Guide us in our meditation. Guide us in this satsang. May we feel your divine presence permeating our consciousness as divine love, dynamic joy. We ask these gifts not only for ourselves, that we may give them to all. Om peace. Amen. With a straight spine, mind at the point between the eyebrows, just relax your body. Also, awareness at your heart center, like a lotus, opening before the rays of God's light and love. Now remaining in a meditative state. Listen to these words. Our affirmation today is courage. Swamiji writes, there are three kinds of human courage: blind, passive, and dynamic. Blind courage doesn't count the cost until it finds itself faced horror-stricken with the bill. Passive courage is the strength of will to adjust to reality, whatever it may be. And dynamic courage is the strength of will not only to accept reality, but to confront it with another reality of one's own making. There is a fourth kind of courage, not human, but divine. Divine courage comes from living in the awareness of God's presence within, and in the realization that He is the sole reality. Live more in Him, for nothing and no one can touch what you really are. So let's affirm together, first aloud. I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. Now, in a normal speaking voice, I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. So at the point between the eyebrows, in a whisper without losing any intensity of your concentration, whisper, I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. And now, taking this into the subconscious, repeating it mentally, silently. Again, at the point between the eyebrows, repeat silently. I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. Again, with increasing power, awakening the superconscious power of your soul. Infuse these words. I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. Now pray silently with me. I look to Thee for my strength, Lord. Hold me clearly in Thy arms of love. Hold me closely in Thy arms of love. Then whatever happens in my life, I shall accept with joy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Again, it's my joy to be here on this auspicious weekend of Easter, which is very, very celebrated in the West, of course. We are so very, very blessed to have these teachings of Yogananda Ji and our lineage we, things have really degenerated through Kali Yuga and lots of misinterpretations of the scriptures, both East and West. Lots of dogmatism have kind of slipped in, and this way's the only way, this way's the only right way. And when they asked Yogananda, first of all, they asked him when he came to the West, are you bringing a new religion? He said, no, I'm bringing a new expression of these ancient teachings of Sanatana Dharma. And that all the masters come not to form a religion, they come to bring a teaching, a truth, timely for that age, culture, society, and a religion forms around them. And then their well-meaning will give them that. Followers, they sort of want to lock it down into a teaching, an organization, and it can become dogmatic, like this way's the only way. And that certainly happened in Christianity, around the teachings of Jesus, as well as in the East here with the teachings of Krishna and the Gita. So Yogananda, this vanguard, you might say, or ushering in a new age, he interpreted all of the scriptures. He interpreted Genesis in the Bible, the Revelations, the New Testament, the Gita, the Rubairavarmakayam for the Sufi, the Middle East, also Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. He translated all of them. As you can imagine, so in some lives, if you just did one of those, it would take all your life and it would be a great work. He did all those, as well as everything else he did, and what he was stressing was that truth is one, God is one, and Sanatana Dharma teachings are at the core or root of all major religions. Even though the masters didn't come to start a religion around their teaching, the fact that it did, it should have been, was based on Sanatana Dharma, but didn't remain so. So Yogananda came and he said, time to gigantic global course correction, like a reset on these teachings. So in the West, around Easter, and it's truly a holy time where Jesus gave us the ultimate example of how to live life, and that he came with a message of love and compassion and forgiveness. And the politics of the day, the Orthodox religion of Judaism, the Middle East, they were threatened by his magnetism, his popularity, his authority. And so they rejected him, not so much out of, they may have even thought he's right, but he's getting too much popularity, and it threatened their authority. So they arranged that he be crucified, that he be killed. So it was largely a political thing. But these dramas happen, for us. And so he was crucified, allowed himself to be taken, and then was on the cross, as you know, for a time, and then they took him down and he expired, his human body. And then in 3 days, he made it rise again and he resurrected himself. So by the blessings of Yogananda ji, he explained that as miraculous as it is, seeming so for us, it's not truly a miracle because the masters, they being a fully realized master, have control over the physical, the material world, the atomic, structure of this universe, and they work it at a higher level, and they seeming so are miracles, but they're really just working at a higher level than we are able to do. And so he resurrected, and he showed himself to his apostles and some others that were believers, and showed that he conquered this human condition, just like Buddha. When Buddha, they said when he passed, he tapped the ground 3 times and he said, "Maya, I have conquered thee." So that's a huge example for us. But we have to take it on our level, right? So in Master's autobiography, he shows how Lahiri Mahashaya resurrected himself, if you know that chapter, simultaneously in 3 different places. Now, Christians don't, unbelieving Christians in this kind of thing, that would be too much for them, because Jesus was the only one that could do that, because he was the only Son of God. But Master showed how Lahiri Mahashaya, not only once, 3 times simultaneously, and Sri Yukteswar in the resurrection of Sri Yukteswar, how he manifested himself in the flesh to Yogananda. So this was a very radical teaching that he brought in the 1920s. When I was telling Kanuj and Angita when we were coming, that when I got into this in 1978 in America, in California is more progressive, but generally throughout America, this was very new. No one even knew the word yoga or karma, dharma. Energy was even a new concept. In fact, now we use energy. I had to get my car repaired, and there was an accident, and the engine had been pushed back a little bit in the vehicle. And so I was talking to the mechanic, and I said, "Do you think you're going to be able to repair it?" And he said, "This is a mechanic." And he goes, "No, I think it'll be okay. I don't think the energy pushed back that far." At the time, this was 20 years ago. And at the time I thought, wow, this is a mechanic now using energy, So energy, we take it for granted. But so many of these teachings were so radical at the time. But Yogananda brought all these teachings to the West and transformed it. And now all through the West, as well here in the East, we were so waiting in the evolution of Ananda's work. First, Swamiji, we had to form the village and get a solid base and followers that were in tune and that could join Swamiji as the lead, but the backing him and in the attunement, the accumulation of energy behind him helped, with getting this message out. So so we formed it at the village. Then we did some communities on the west coast of America, and then Assisi, Italy. I don't know if any of you have been there. Beautiful community in the land of Assisi, St. Francis. And then, because Swamiji said, we're going to go to India. He said, but if we just go from America, it'll seem like we're doing a Western thing. He said, let's first, he was very calculated, but very wise. That we'll get a community and a work going in Assisi in Italy, and then we'll go as Americans and Europeans, like to India, and it'll be, and perhaps more receptive. Now, I know in India, there's still a lot of dogmatism and, traditional orthodox belief in in how Hinduism and religion is expressed. But Yogananda, he said that ignorance is 50-50 East and West, and we need to do a course correction here as well. And that I'm very bhakti oriented. I love puja, I love arati, I love all of that, this ritual, it's so beautiful. But it's in preparation to go into stillness, into silence, through your techniques to sit in one-pointed concentration with bhakti to commune with God. This is the purpose of everything. It's the purpose of all that we do. As much as these expressions are wonderful, and which I truly embrace, because it awakens the devotion, it awakens the heart, it makes it, gives an outward expression of your love and compassion and joy and love for God and Guru. But then we sit down and we feel it inside, okay? So this was the great blessing of Yogananda in America and coming to back to India through Swamiji, the teachings. Now, I need to get to Easter message, okay? So Easter message, resurrection. What does it mean for us? The resurrection was, again, a miraculous, seemingly miraculous event, but our teachings, practical spirituality, how does it affect us and benefit us every day, right? So it's in our own consciousness. The resurrection, that in that drama of Jesus, he showed, and these are very fundamental, basic qualities of the devotee: acceptance, willingness, courage, gratitude, as well as joy, to do it all with joy. So the acceptance is important because I always say, trailing behind us is a gigantic load of karma, samskaras, both good and bad, right? So we need to awaken these good samskaras. But as our karma unfolds, it's useless to waste time on why. Why did it happen? Like, why me? Is this fair? Or this rejecting, this shouldn't have happened. I don't deserve this. It's happening. Swami used to say, you're on the tennis court and the other guy hits it hard. You think about, oh, he hit it hard. He hit it over there. How am I supposed to hit it? He says, then it's done. You run to the ball and you hit it back. You take it. You take what's served. You accept it. And without victim consciousness. So acceptance. So Christ thought, okay, this was what needed to happen for that time. He let himself be taken by the Roman soldiers, and he went willingly. Willingly, because it was God's will. Even Jesus prayed, let this cup pass from me. If there's any, I could imagine, if there's any way we could do this without a crucifixion, could we do it? But the ultimate drama in that case was, to show, even in the dire example of that, he accepted God's will. He said, let thy will be done. And he let himself be taken and crucified. So we have to accept our karma, and we have to accept it willingly, because when willingly is aligning ourselves with God's will. Because then when you get to that, even that stage, you say, okay, what's trying to happen here? Okay, what does God want from me? What does God want in this situation? What does God want me to learn? Because what comes to you is Guru's grace. The Guru's managing this. He's managing. There are no mistakes. The Guru is letting through what you can handle. We always say Divine Mother never gives you a test bigger than you can handle. So the Guru, Divine Mother, is letting this through the filter of your karma so that you could learn a lesson. Because this lesson needs to be learned. If you had your list of things that are really preventing you from further spiritual development through awakening into a deeper feeling of God's presence, attunement, it needs to take place. So the Guru lets it happen. Courage, but then courage, it does take courage, because sometimes we think this is not right. This is more than I can handle. You know, we don't think at the time that it's quite what we can handle, but we have to trust. All these things come into it. Faith in the Guru's wisdom, omniscience, trust that the Guru's in charge. Then we surrender, not in the affirmate passive or the passive surrender, ignorance, passive, even dynamic surrender includes aligning ourselves with God's will. What is your will here? What do you want me to learn? Okay. And then we come through that to when we understand that God is and Guru is doing all this. This is a step. I am so happy that this happened, no matter what. I am grateful. I am grateful that you have given me this test. You have given me this situation so I could learn an important lesson that is holding me back, that is blocking me. So that takes courage, doesn't it? So why is all this happening? Okay. Our essential nature, Atman, is bliss. We're not experiencing this bliss. Some of it, bliss trickles in. We have a good meditation. We have a revelation. We feel some bliss. But when we talk about the bliss the masters are describing, that we could be experiencing, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of clearing that has to go on, okay? So this clearing, we give over in the Gita. Krishna says to Arjuna, I know all your past lives. Therefore, I'm going to be guiding you. The difference between me and you is I know my past lives, but you don't. But I know them. So Krishna, God, Guru, knows all of our samskaras, knows what we need to do. And so that guidance is unfolding through their omniscience, their wisdom. And we just need to open up to it. Okay. And that's a step, We always say, okay. And then we think, okay, bring it on. Bring it on, because that's the warrior. That's the spiritual warrior that Yogananda personified so beautifully, right? He was a Prem avatar, beautiful bhakti, love. Sometimes he looked like Divine Mother. Other times he looked like the different consciousness that would be portrayed in his photos. He was a warrior, and all of Krishna's soldiers are like Krishna. We need to be like Yogananda. We need to be like our Guru. spiritual warriors, and we take it on, and we pass through, and we do the best we can. So I was getting at, we have this blissful nature, but we're not experiencing it to the degrees we can. So as we grow spiritually and open up, I always say like our consciousness is like a wooden bowl, okay? With all of our sadhana, we're whittling this bowl deeper and deeper so that we could hold more of God's presence, God's bliss, okay? When it's shallow, every little thing causes ripples and affects us. This happened, and you're not feeling very happy. Your bliss is eclipsed. As we whittle the bowl deeper, 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 and we then we reside in the deepest levels of the bowl. And then life is going to happen. Lots of things happen in life. Lots of ripples, lots of turbulence, agitation, rajas, but it doesn't touch us. It doesn't touch us because we are living in the deeper depths of ourself. Okay, all of this process of Easter is the lesson to get so that we reside, that we live in the deeper levels of our soul. Not only so that we could experience this bliss, but not for ourselves, right? We want to be an instrument for others. We want to be a channel for God's love and light and joy. And if you're always preoccupied or sort of a disruption of your own peace, you can't be very much of a channel. Nothing's flowing through that's very positive. Your over preoccupation with yourself. So as we get to this bliss, so things happen. In the reading, the reading today that Swami picked from the Bible, he gives the example. Jesus was crucified. And he said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." He said that was the greatest miracle of Easter. He gave the example of Yogananda wishing well, if you know the story in the path, dropped on his foot and crushed his foot. And there was intense pain on his face, but he saw the devotees nearby and he said, "Watch this." He put his mind right here. He didn't feel any pain and his face relaxed. Then he did it again. He said, "I'm going to bring my consciousness into the body." And he was in intense pain. Then he brought it back up. So these things are going to happen to us, these physical karma and so on. But if we let it affect us, then we lose. We lose. Because there's this battle of light and dark going on all the time, right? Light and dark. And it works out through our karma. So not just the bliss that we could be experiencing, but also giving the bliss. And I'll just say one last thing. One of my most valuable teachings from the Gita is in the description of the Mahabharata. Sanjaya is the dispassionate observer, okay? So he's always reporting to the Dhritarashtra, the blind mind, what's going on. So we need to really we need to bring that forth in our consciousness, our spiritual kind of personality. We need to really exercise that dispassionate observer, more detachment, so that when things are happening, we are able to step back, say, "Oh, interesting. This is interesting. This is happening." Jesus, "This is interesting. I'm getting crucified." Yogananda, "This is interesting. A well just dropped on my foot." We need to be able to distance ourselves, pull back, and not take everything so personally. It is happening to you. Oh, is that what's happening to me? It's happening to your personality. This is your limited self. It's not touching your soul. If we could live more at our soul nature, more in our soul self, as the Gita describes, then we will be more detached. And Yogananda Ji has given us this phrase, what comes of itself, let it come. And then we don't let everything affect our peace of mind and our feeling the divine presence. So I hope some of these thoughts were helpful. And I wake up every day with so much gratitude that we have these teachings, because this is the teaching of this age. And it's not new, as Yogananda said it, but it's a new expression. And the more we could live by it, the happier we will be. Swamiji stresses that techniques are very important. Learn the practices, get Kriya Yoga, practice Kriya Yoga religiously, daily, okay? Because it will help us be attuned. But all of our practices, the meditation, what is its single purpose? To awaken our own intuitive perception. We could only experience God through our intuition. You could read about it, talk about it, hear about it, discuss it, but only to actually experience it, you need to have that awakened intuitive perception. That's the only way you experience God. That's the only way you can experience the bliss. And so as important as the techniques are, Swamiji says that attitude is everything. Attitude. You could be meditating all the time and you can think, I'm a poor meditator. I don't meditate very well. I'm not, this isn't a good meditation. The attitude could ruin everything, So the attitude is really important. And these attitudes of acceptance, willingness, courage, gratitude, being detached. Yogananda said that meditation is the foundation, okay? Foundation. Energization exercises, the cornerstone. You learn this in the lessons, right? But Swamiji said, attitude is the bedrock. Bedrock. Everything sits. When you build a building, if the bedrock isn't firm and solid, not very good. Okay. So I'm very happy that I was able to come and be with you and share these divine teachings. And I hope that I can come again. And my wife, Mantra Devi, laments that she couldn't be here. So she sends her love and blessings too. Namaste.
Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Om Jesus, Om Jesus, Om. Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen, Shri Guru Deva Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Om, Shri Guru Deva Amen. Rest in God, live in God, in His light, in His light. Rest in God, live in God, in His light, in His light. Rest in God, live in God, in His love, in His love. Rest in God, live in God, in His love, in His love. Rest in God, live in God, in His joy, in His joy. Rest in God, live in God, in His joy, in His joy. Rest in God, live in God, in rest in God, live in God, in His light, in His light. Rest in God, live in God, in His love, in His love. Rest in God, live in God, in His love, in His love. Rest in God, live in God, in His joy, in His joy. Rest in God, live in God, in His joy, in His joy. Rest in God, live in God, in His light, in His light. Rest in God, live in God. Rest in God, live in God, in His joy, in His joy.
Let's just pause a moment to feel the blessings of this moment. Hearts full of gratitude. Gratitude towards being blessed with the awareness of this path, been drawn to it, and the spiritual friendships and family that we enjoy. Blessed Satsang. So now let's send out to the world all the blessings we have received here this day, chanting Om 3 times. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Jesus Christ, Krishna Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Beloved Guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, Saints of all religions, Friend and Guide, Beloved Swamiji, humbly we bow at thy feet. Divine Mother, awaken within our hearts your divine love. Help us to be your instruments, giving your light and love to all those whom our life touches. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.